I just got off the phone with the apartment manager. Finally got a hold of her. It's now like the 30th. What day is this? Is today the 20th something? What is today? The 30th. It's the 30th. And I finally got a hold of her, and she's saying she's never really had a situation where one person wants to leave the apartment and the other person wants to stay. And I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have even, be responsible for this situation. And this is why I guess these things like co-signers happen. And it's like, what do I do? Because I'm like, legally I'll do what I need to do to pay to break the lease, like whatever cost. I'm not trying to get out of my what I owe for it. But so say I pay to break the lease, and it's like, okay, you got to be out on March 1st, right? They pay to break the lease to get out March 1st, and then he don't move out. What do? They're gonna call the sheriff? What do I do? Like, what do I do? Because I'll pay to get him out, but then what do I do if he won't move? So she said she'll give me a call back Wednesday. We'll reconvene Wednesday to give like a full 48 or 24 hours for the legal team to address this, because I guess it's like a random situation. But it's like, golly, it's like I probably won't live with someone like again where it's like we cohabitate, like unless we're married. Like, I think we should both just have independent spaces. And even if I am married, probably have an independent space, because this whole situation was like a lot, man. Like, golly, I want out of this lease. So we'll see how it goes. Like, I can't believe, and like I'm starting to get responses from her now, because it's been over because I'm emailing her. I'm finally getting these emails, and I'm telling her like, hey, I emailed you and you didn't answer. So she's emailing me back. But it's like, earlier today I just had this feeling of like, I hope something new is coming. I hope life feels different after today. I was, I recorded whatever. I took her out on her walk. And now she got the freaking neighborhood dogs. And I saw a dead crow. Like, I saw a black crow, like, just in the gutter while I was walking her this morning. And it was like, so I looked it up. I'm like, what does a dead crow mean? And it was saying, it means like transition. It means, they said some people would say it's like a bad omen, but now they think it's like meaning like the end of something and something new. So I'm like, hopefully this means, I seen this thing the other day where it said December DEC is like decimal, it means 10, and November 9, October 8. And it was like, these are the real months, and like that this is not like the new year is considered in the springtime, because like new life and new stuff. And it's like, so maybe the month of January was just supposed to be like the end of a bunch of stuff, maybe it was like January, and now that February's coming, it's like, and I see this crow, it's like transition, new life, new something. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I journaled today for the first time in forever, and it felt so weird to write something down on paper. And like, I don't know, I want to get a star chart, like one of those charts where you say like you put all the things you want to do for that week, and then you put a star for the things you've accomplished. So like working out, meditating, journaling, meal prepping, or like, I want to make a star chart for an adult, because I used to make one before when I was little. I remember that was like the last time that I felt like life made sense and stuff. So I had my appointment yesterday with the VA, and like I was having to tell one of them like, if this is who I became, like, this can't be it with life. This can't be what life is supposed to be. So just like and it's like I'm seeing all the signs are pointing in the direction of like, lean more into your family, lean more into community, and making like I have this thing where it's like I feel like I wasn't parented like growing up, like I didn't have that like sense of community, and not even just by my parents, by any adults, right? Like I didn't have that like learning a schedule and like learning you know, like healthy eating and learning like community stuff and like resiliency, like all these things I'm like missing. And I feel like maybe I'm never gonna get that thing, but I can start now. Like I can start, you know, learning a language or a skill. I can start like making a routine in my community. I can start like, it's like I seen something earlier that was like they were interviewing a couple, and they asked the couple, oh, what do you do for work? And they're like, oh, I do software platform architecture, I'm a software engineer. And they're like, how long have you been doing it? And they said 7 years. And I thought, that just feels like just yesterday, like to me, like 7 years ago, because I've been doing this for like 6. And you know, you can start anything at any point and just go. So I'm hoping that some type of new transition or newness coming. I need to get back to work because I haven't been online in days, and oh, maybe one day I'll tell you guys the truth about why. But for now I guess I'll struggle with that alone. I love this swing, this thing. It moves. Oop, it moves. I love it. Girl. Hindi, girl.